Land on the floor.
Okay, man, this big ass board, yo. This is the ground war board.
Land on the floor. I just spawned into a stun grenade. And then a regular grenade! Man, fuck! Bruh, I cannot move out these big ass maps and look at these fucking spawns. Alright, so we're now doing our second dual comp with Frito. Say what's up to the people.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen?
Ladies
Name's Frito.
Frito Lay. Where'd you get your name from, man?
Nickname since high school. It's kind of my last name. It kind of sounds like Frito, so that's pretty much what it comes from. And like, you know, you're on a football team or whatever. Everybody calls you either a nickname or your last name. So I liked Frito. I think it was in the 6th grade. Some Mexican kid was trying to make fun of me, and I'm like, yeah, Frito, I like that. You can call me that. They're trying to bully me or something, or punk me. But I was like, fuck you. I like that name.
Hell, you know what my last name is?
Huh?
My last name is Brazil, man.
Brazil?
Yeah.
That's adorable.
Yeah, I'm telling you, but like, it was so funny, not to get off topic before we hop into the actual comp. When I was, you know, little kids, like you said, they always try to make jokes and all of that. It was hilarious, though. Like, when I was younger, they was calling me Brazil Nuts.
I'm going to call you that from now on.
Brazil Nuts, man. So, I always thought that was pretty funny, but Frito is like a COD. He's one of the rare COD people that can actually break down the game and you know, just try to break it down and not be too
politically correct.
Yeah. You know, some people they hate something so much that they really can't see for what it is. But even if you dislike something, you know, you'll say it. Like for me, you know, we were talking about the sniping thing. I don't particularly like being sniped. I actually hate being sniped, but I do know that there's some skill involved. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's the kind of stuff he definitely talks about. He's not like your standard bigger guy who just
empty content.
Yeah. We don't do that over here. But what we're going to talk about this time is just because we see the community's response to the game. This is not necessarily our personal at the moment, but just from a community standpoint, I feel like this Call of Duty is not held as high as the other ones. I mean, eventually everybody's gonna say the game is shitty anyway, but they usually wait a while. You know, we lose a few guys every year, but there's a lot of people right out of the gate saying that they dislike the game. What we want to talk about is like, where do we think that the game actually needs to go in order for it to be? I don't even want to say Black Ops 2. I want to say, what was your favorite Call of Duty? Don't tell me it's Black Ops 2. Don't tell me. About to say it.
Breaking hearts over here. Probably Black Ops 2. I think beyond that, World at War maybe. COD 2 really. Somewhere in between there. I think I probably like the Treyarch games nowadays, but yeah.
What was the most fun? So let me ask you, what was the most fun then?
That's hard to say for me. I'm going to say Black Ops 2 probably. But also, that's when I started doing YouTube hard. So like I was playing the game in a different way. You know what I mean? So
right.
And also, I defend a lot of things for Black Ops 2. I'm the White Knight. Everyone bags on me for that. All the commentators, even Thunder, makes fun of me. But
oh yeah, well you already know how he feel about it. Yeah. About Black Ops 2. Okay, but let's just say we didn't even gotta say necessarily a game, but like what do you think the game needs to change or do to actually take it back to that original fun Call of Duty? Because I don't necessarily think the game is boring because there's too many of them. I think that there's been changes to the game that don't reflect what the core Call of Duty really was.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know if you wanna start on that.
Well,
and then take it from there.
I think, and this is kind of what we talked about before, but
yeah.
The main problem that Ghost does is it gets away from, I think, some of the most essential Call of Duty fundamentals for no reason whatsoever. But just small, easy, fun factor things like the big maps, not interesting kill streaks. All the weapons are basically the same. Like there's even less variation in the weapons I think now than there ever was. I don't know if you agree with that
Really?
statement. I think so. I mean, like let's take something for instance. Some of the assault rifles, other than the burst one that's overpowered, everyone complains about, but like the SC-10 versus the Remington versus the whatever, they all kind of seem the same to me. I don't know if you agree with that, but
Well, no,
no, you
no.
don't. Like all the recoils seem the same. They all, I mean, they have a little bit different damage and range, maybe, but I don't know. There's not much flavor to the game for me personally. So like, I guess everybody has their own things that they find or found fun about Call of Duty. Some people it's the ease of pick up and play. Other people it's getting certain kill streaks or Moabs or there's a whole myriad of things, and I think Ghosts hits the least number of those points. Another maybe like creating classes and stuff. That's one thing. The only thing I think Ghost really has going for it. There's a lot of different classes you can make. That's the only thing I enjoy in the game at all.
It's making damn.
Well, I mean, there's all these different perks and shit you can combine, which I think is broken and overpowered, but at least it's interesting.
Okay. No, well, what you said about the guns, it's not that I disagree. It's that, well, the part about there being no variation, I think there's a lot of variation just because all the guns are OP. All of them except for... No, all the guns are OP, yo. All of them. The
Shotguns kind of suck, but...
Yeah, the shotguns kind of suck. The pistols aren't that good. Good, thank God. But, no, I mean, like, Black Ops 1... Everybody was not everybody, but most you're going to see 3, 4 FAMASas.
Okay. I think you misunderstood what I said.
Okay.
I hear where you're going with this, and I want to stop you before this gets out of control. You're completely right. In terms of the balance of the like bell curve of the weapons, you're completely true in what you're saying. You're saying that since there's so many different options, that there's not, you don't have to file into a single FAMAS line or something in order to compete. You're right in that, which is a good thing. That's good. But everything's scaled up to the point where I don't see much difference between the weapons, which is what I'm saying. It's like, it doesn't make much of a difference if I choose this over that. I don't think there's large leaps and bounds. And I don't remember if this got recorded or not, but compare that to even the last Infinity Ward game, the ACR versus the AK. Like the AK, if you wanted, it sucked. But if you wanted that challenge, if you wanted like a weapon that had a lot of visual recoil and had high damage, you were gonna get your ass kicked probably. But there was that variation where the weapons handled completely different. You see what I'm saying? Now every gun, every AR feels like the ACR to me.
No, that makes sense. I understand. I thought you meant like as far as people using it. No, I agree. I mean, here I'll even add on to what you're saying by this. People were concerned about Deadeye, and I was concerned about Deadeye. But I feel like because of the way the weapons is and what you're saying, that they're basically all the same, and that the recoil pattern is pretty similar on all of them. They all have basically the same kill times. Then they have a perk like Deadeye in a game that for this particular game is not a good perk, just because the guns, you're going to get killed or kill somebody before that perk even felt like it took effect.
Yeah.
Just because of the way that the damage works. And then, Black Ops 1, they had, even though there was the AUG and the FAMAS had the same stats exactly, same rate of fire, they still had different recoil patterns and stuff like that. So I see what you're saying there. But no, I agree. Like, for me, I think the submachine guns all are similar in the way that they feel when you shoot them. And all the assault rifles feel the same way. I have not touched a sniper rifle. Because I even like the MTAR and the Vector, for me, is like the same gun.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, and you got those other ones, but I definitely don't think that there's those challenging weapons. They usually throw one of those in the game for you to use just so you can get your ass kicked or try to get a nice game with like a novelty gun. Mm-hmm. But they did not put one of those in there either. I mean, you remember the what was that? The Uzi from the first Black Ops?
Yeah,
that thing was doodle.
I don't necessarily think it's a good thing that those things exist, but those shitty outlier weapons are a product of them attempting and tweaking different things and kind of making a myriad like bell curve really of the different kinds of weapons and trying to like tweak things. Whereas Now it's just like, well, let's just get the time to kill as fast as possible, and the recoil pretty much low, and that's, I don't know. It's stale to me. The whole game and the fun factor, it's like a chewed piece of gum. It's been in my mouth for the last 10 years or whatever. I spit this shit out and eat some Battlefield bubble mint.
Well, yeah. So that the weapons, I felt like that. Not necessarily, particularly that, but the weapons. I've had no personal attachment to the weapons in Call of Duty for a while. Like obviously there's a gun that I favor more than others, but like there hasn't been a gun in a game where I'm like, yo man, I really miss that gun. Like the last gun, it's probably like the Black Ops MP5, the first one. That was the last time where it's like, damn, I really missed that gun. But like, MW3, it's a shame, but I don't even remember maybe half of the names of the guns on that one. Black Ops 2. I remember the names of them, but there was nothing on there that I was like, yo, man, this is my baby right here. I just don't know if there's any classic guns in the game, but Ghost is no different because all the weapons definitely feel almost the same. And I don't know if I really have a problem with that, but I think it's just with the way the damage works that it's just so high at this point. Somebody even brought up a good point that he said, do y'all really think the hit detection is actually better, or do the weapons kill so fast that you can't really notice if there's hit detection issues? And I couldn't even argue that because I don't know. And the other thing that is different that I think they need to get back to, and we talked about this a little bit before, is just basic, not basic maps, but like more Call of Duty simple maps. They started like with MW3 with all those boxes and those corridors and all that stuff like that, and that's not what made Call of Duty necessarily popular, is map design like that. I don't know if there's different people making maps now, but I really want them to take it back to MW2, first Black Ops. As much as I complained about Black Ops 2 in the second half of the game, they had some great maps.
DLC maps as well.
That's the first time where I bought DLC and I didn't feel like I got like just ass raped, was when I bought Black Ops 2 DLC. Overall they had good map design, but I think there was just there was too many of the same style and size of map on Black Ops 1. There wasn't enough variation for me. Call of Duty Ghosts, there's not variation. And this time, I just think it's just not good at all, the way they decided to design those. And then the color scheme is another thing that I really don't get with them. And, and people go, oh, there's next gen. Man, next gen my fucking ass, yo. The colors are better, but the graphics are not better. You're looking at the same game. And it's not just Call of Duty. The same thing goes with Assassin's Creed. Like today, I finally, like, I'm on the next part of my walkthrough, and I'm looking at where I left off. I pulled up both videos, looked at them, and the graphics look the freaking same. So as far as the port over stuff, people can stop with all of that. But I really just want them to get back to like the original essence of that. Even the fun kill streaks. They don't gotta be overpowered. And people, we gotta stop throwing that word around like that. They don't gotta be ridiculous. You don't need to look up and see. Because Modern Warfare 2, we used to play Demolition on there. There was times where we would have two Harriers, an AC-130, and a chopper gunner in the sky at the same time. Man. Other people had stealth bombers coming in. You shouldn't be able to do that, but you should also not have to use a dog or like the whole SATCOM thing. I really am not a fan of that. Although I do like Ghosts, there's just some stuff like that that doesn't really feel like Call of Duty with those streaks and that SATCOM stuff. I think we need. I never thought I'd see the day when they would just basically remove UAV from the game.
I don't know. I kind of like it in a way, but I don't think they've found the perfect balance with it yet, because I don't think they realized how revolutionary that is to the fundamentals of how Call of Duty plays. That's what made it kind of popular in COD 4 with the UAVs, and that's a whole other conversation, obviously, in the way the UAV jammer got balanced differently against Jug and Something Power. But I like the idea that you don't have to be constantly looking up in the sky to counter things. I think that's one thing they wanted to take away from the game, which I think is a good idea, but it could have been implemented a lot better. Because I always hated the idea that my kill streak would get countered by a guy who picked the lock-on launcher. Like, that's kind of dumb to me. I kind of wish there was a interplay with it of like, okay, I use this, you have to deal with it in some way, but you shouldn't have to have some sort of rock, paper, scissors combination in your class in order to deal with it, because that's not as fun to me personally. Like, I like streaks like the AC-130. It's kind of difficult to use, only lasts like 30 seconds. You get in, get out, have your fun, and it's over. Even if they shoot it down, it takes like 3 rockets, you know? You know what I'm saying? I think that's like the quintessential best kind of kill streak. The Maniac as well, I think, is perfectly balanced, right where it needs to be. And it's actually fun to use.
It's fun to use.
Yep.
I can't, you know what? I hate when other people get it. I can't complain about it though, because it's a 10 kill streak, right? You need 10 kills for that?
Yeah, I believe so. Yeah, 10, and the other Juggernaut's 11, which is completely underpowered, but
that thing is dookie. Oh man.
I got this video of a guy, like I killed one guy with it, took a few shots, and then a dude with like Stalker MSBS just raped the shit out of me. Like, I had no chance at medium range. I'm sitting there with my big ass minigun. I'm like, oh yeah, you know, I'm a badass. He just blap blap blap, and you don't have focus in it either. So even if I hit him, it's like he's winning the gunfight because he's got focus MSBS. I don't know. No MSBS. Fun fact, man.
Yeah, you know that the UAV thing. In any other game probably would have been a plus, but with the size of the maps and stuff. And here, let me ask you this. One of the things they wanted to do was make every playstyle viable, and that's something I give it to Call of Duty. You know, for the most part, is they usually, I think I would say all the games have done that. I don't know if Ghost necessarily. I mean, I'm sure it's done it, but I think it may have done it. I think it might be the worst that they've done so far, making every playstyle an actual viable option. Just because. Go ahead.
Well, I didn't mean to cut you off, but yeah. I hear what you're saying, and this is kind of an argument I get about with Black Ops 2 a lot. I'm the White Knight of Black Ops 2, but they always talk about
the cape and shit.
The
got your cape on?
the Holy Trinity perks, you know, lightweight, dexterity, and stuff. Here's the argument I make for that. I would rather aggressive perks be, quote-unquote, a little bit stronger than defensive perks because of the simple fact that playing defensive in Call of Duty is already easier to do. So, in my opinion, Ghosts actually does a little bit what you're saying. For instance, like, Amplify and Dead Silence are worth the same amount. So, that's kind of my argument for why Amplify should be more. Because moving is already difficult to begin with, that you need to give more of an incentive to play that way, not an equal playing field between playing slow and playing fast. Does that make any sense, what I just said whatsoever? I have no idea. You get what I'm saying? No? Did you write notes?
Wait. No. Okay. You said Amplify
and Dead Silence are equal. They cost 2 points, right?
They cost 2 points.
So, and that's a whole other problem, that you can pick multiple things from a tier. That's something I kind of have an issue with. I like the point allocation a la Homefront style perk selection. I like that, but I wish they were broken up a little bit more, so you had to pick between those different kinds of play styles. But my point is, like, that's essentially equal in the amount of cost, right? But rushing's harder. So that's why I don't mind something like dexterity in Black Ops 2 being, quote unquote, better than, let's say, awareness or whatever, or something that helps you not move. You see my point?
Okay, I agree with that. I always felt like a perk that helped you move, that should be promoted.
Yes.
And that was another reason why I dislike Modern Warfare 3, is because, you know, they really took out unlimited sprint and they started adding the other perks that basically, like, why would you move?
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
See, but Black Ops 2, when they added that, well, they didn't add anything, but when people started to see how you could play with all that equipment, and then with that shield and that target finder, you know, I didn't like that they did that. Yeah, because it's like, I don't even know if they even could see that coming. You know, because I didn't see that people being able to do it. I thought the show was just silly, and then I actually seen one guy doing it, and I said, damn. But getting back to Ghost, no, I agree. You know, you should definitely be, I don't know, rewarded more for using things that will help you move within the game. And I always like that, and that's why, you know, I really liked when I seen unlimited sprint in the game. And you know, honestly, if the game didn't have it, I don't know how much I would be able to play it or try to enjoy it, because it's just hard enough really getting out there and trying to find people with the way they design the maps and stuff like that. And I don't know. One of the things though is I think they need to get a little bit deeper into maybe like the guns. So for this game, and I did a commentary on this a while ago, but as far as them, you know, making the guns like the way they have them now, I always wanted to see additional stats added to the guns. That way, there's more variation that way. So maybe, you know, this gun has this rate of fire or this range or this power. Okay, cool. Because what do we have now? We have rate of fire, damage, accuracy, mobility, and range. So it's just like 5. But if you pick from one class, they all have the same mobility.
Yeah, right.
You know, I would want to see, you know, penetration added to the weapon stats. So maybe this gun isn't that, it doesn't have such a high rate of fire, or maybe it's not super strong, but it has high bullet penetration, or it has less flinch, something like that. Just so they can do away with us needing to put on certain perks, and that adds a lot more variation to the guns and stuff like that. Because I don't know if Call of Duty can ever take a step back. We all think that they should start doing this and doing that. You know, you have people asking for 357. I don't think it will be good. I mean, they just tried to take it back a little bit, because they didn't give us 357 necessarily, but they gave us streaks that weren't as strong as we've seen these last couple years. I mean, Black Ops 2 has some wild ass kill streaks. I remember when I caught my first swarm in, when I looked up, I said, "Yo, that is beautiful right there." I swear, then that shit killed me though. I started screaming, but you know, people take it back to 357, and then when we get this game, people are like, "Man, I hate these kill streaks. They suck." Well, they're simple kill streaks. You got your hand, your battle hand, which is decent. And also, you asked for 357, and a lot of us, you noticed it, I noticed it, but there's no really auto missile to just take down air support. You have to shoot this stuff down now with your gun, or you can have, there's a support streak that has a launcher you can use, or you have to use RPG. You know, and I don't think people have given the game credit for that, but it's just like the streaks aren't that great anyway. You know what I'm saying? But we do have, even the Predator missiles, Dookie, yo. I think
it's hard as hell to use, but it's a cool idea, but it just has no splash. Like, it's just, there's no oomph to it. Two things you said in that whole excellent little speech there.
Thank you.
I like we talking about the weapon stats. First of all, the
how y'all doing? I know it's been a couple days. Let me explain my goddamn journey until I got to the meat of greatness and shit, the PS4. Motherfucker, let me show you the box, you know what I'm saying? I got it in my possession now. Wait a minute. Where? Stripper. She got money. I can't catch her!
Keep rocking them. What do you got for me?
You know she got money. You know.
Let go of me, perv.
You're clearly a prostitute.
We got all night.
Here, all right.
Chase money.